What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Uncultured. I'm Bradley.
And I'm Brent.
We want to start off by saying thank you guys for all the love and support on the last episode. We definitely didn't expect to hit 100 views. I mean, that's kind of crazy for one episode, especially with how little I think we actually shared it. But we definitely appreciate all the feedback, all the positivity. Nobody said anything negative, and we definitely appreciate it.
You guys literally made me go out and buy a mic. So thanks. I appreciate
And
it.
I'm thankful for that. it
Yeah, that quality on the last one was a
it
little
make
little
it, it
little
makes the
trash.
editing much easier. So we'll just roll right into it. How's your week been, Brent? What's new with you?
Nothing too much. Typical, Monday through Friday deal. Everything's going pretty smooth. How about yours?
Nothing too hectic, Monday through Thursday this week, thankfully.
Oh,
Next week is going to
nice.
be a rough one though. Doing some traveling for the company, so it'd be a different story. um,
Is this that long one? Like the big
no.
travel?
No. This is just Gastonia. It's not too bad. Just 3 hours. Yeah,
Oh,
but I'll be
okay, okay.
staying there 3 days next week, so it'll be
That's
yeah,
what's up.
it'll be good. See some other sides of the company. So um, yeah, no, pretty boring week overall, I'd say, as far as weeks go. Which I guess a boring week is
But
a good week.
honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Anytime you have a boring week, that means, not too much went wrong, so I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I can agree more. I'd rather have a very boring week than an adventurous week where everything goes wrong. So,
Yeah. It's too stressful.
so I heard you listening to some new music that I've never heard you listen to before. I can't believe you're into Morgan Wallen now.
Well, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. They're great. I think I'm doing it more for like entertainment purposes because the stuff that I normally listen to is like impossible for me to emulate or try to play.
Yeah, like Tori
Um,
Kelly,
as you know, the
Pentatonics. Yeah, those kind of individuals. Yeah,
Right, yeah, yeah, and the Polyphias and all the people who are just like extremely talented, and I'll never be at that level. So if I'm in any social event and they're like, "Hey, why don't you play something? Why don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can play." And then they're like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" And I'm like, "No." "Oh, yeah, you know this song? No. And dude, these are like mainstream songs, like Billboard songs, and I have no idea who they are. So I decided that I need to start learning these more popular songs in these genres. That way, I can be a little more entertaining, I guess.
well, I mean, I've definitely heard you start singing some of the songs. I heard you mimicking "Cover Me Up" the other day. Well, that was good. It's a really good song.
Yeah,
Really good song.
that's a tough
Yeah.
one. That's actually probably one of the hardest ones, I think.
Oh man.
Like I was trying it the other night, and I was like, dude, this guy's a beast.
Yeah, for real. So
I kind of
you kind of
underestimate
got
him, but no, but he's
into
a beast.
obviously Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen, probably a little bit of Hardy
Yeah,
just by
yeah, a little bit
association.
hard. Yeah,
I think the
right.
only
Anytime you get a little bit of heaviness in there, and I'm not talking about his weight, but yeah, it attracts me a little
yeah.
bit.
I think the only person I really listened to that's new that I haven't listened to before is probably Sam Barber. He's a country guy. Yeah,
Bro, he's on the list.
yeah.
He's on my list
He's
right now. I said, look, when we go out, on the boats or whatever, I was like, send me 10 songs that you want to hear. And he sent me a list, and that's Sam R. Barber, right? Isn't that his
I just
name?
got him down to Sam Barber. I
Look,
don't know if his
I'm
middle
gonna
name
know
is
this
like
guy's.
Rollins or Rutherford. I mean,
I'm gonna know this guy's whole background by the time it's all said and
yeah,
done.
no,
But
that
yeah,
fella can sing, bro. He mainly does a lot of acoustic stuff, but he is killing it, and
right.
it's like true country. It
He,
sounds so good.
he's got that style. He's kind of got that Zach Bryan style
Yeah,
though,
a lot of
with the
people are saying
sound.
that about him, which
Yeah.
I know you have become a big Zach Bryan fan.
I wouldn't say big.
I mean,
I
you
mean, I
fangirl
really
over him.
have. Okay, I'll fangirl over one song.
That's just because
That's
you
not
haven't heard
a.
the other ones. Like
No, I mean, I heard one today and I was like, oh yeah, this is good,
his
but
best,
it
one of the
wasn't like
greatest
blowing
songs
my
ever
mind.
written is "The Good I'll Do." And I don't even think you know the
That
entire
is
song.
the,
It's such a good song, bro.
that's the one you wanted me to
Yeah, that's
learn,
what I
huh?
wanted you to sing.
Yeah, I'll learn that. I'll put that one on the list. I got a whole list right now I gotta go
Yeah,
through.
but I know
So
for the people this week, you're gonna be singing something in the orange in your normal voice
just a snippet.
because
Just a
so
snippet.
we had so many compliments about Brent being able to sing, and Brent feels like last week he wasn't even really singing, so he wants people to be able to hear the real him. So I'm gonna give him a minute to go here and get ready, and then he can go ahead and kick it
We're
off.
going right into
Yeah,
that, huh?
we throw you right into the fire.
Oh boy. You know what's
Well,
weird? Is like there's a potential for absolutely nobody to see this and I'm still nervous. Isn't that
yeah, I mean,
wonderful?
we might get like my mom, your mom. I mean, that's two. That's at least two.
Dude, hey bro, that's our biggest fans right there. What do you
I don't know.
mean?
Mine's kind of a critic. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is toughest critic. I mean, I guess it's a good thing.
I mean, I don't know. That must be the Brown family or something. I don't know. What? Who said that? Somebody's in my room, bro. What
Oh,
the
bro,
heck?
that's a
Somebody
ghost.
said that.
I heard
Ooh.
something earlier. This guy got asked if he believed in ghosts, and he said yes, but more importantly, I think they should believe in themselves. I don't know. Just
Eh.
listen.
Wasn't
It
expecting
gave
it.
me a good giggle. Okay, I hope somebody else can get a laugh out of it. So, all right, sing.
All right, let me make sure I'm in the. It'll be fine by the slide, I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. And to you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare at the way the orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dews, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. There you go.
I definitely think that you're gonna have some more fans this week.
I oh well. I wish the guitar would have picked it up, but you
Yeah.
said it sounded like a
Once
robot,
we
so
switch over to video and I get the camera rolling and everything, and people actually get to see you play the instruments, the piano, the guitar, the saxophone, whatever we decide to throw out there for you.
yeah, that'll be like the musical challenge of the week. Be like, bro, see if you can play something in the orange on the triangle.
The electric triangle, bro.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
electric triangle, because I gotta have a
yeah,
transpose button just in
exactly.
case.
Just we always got to make some.
musicians, musicians are like that. If there's anybody that listens that it's a musician, they'll probably chuckle at that one.
I laughed because I didn't know what it meant. So if you're a part of that group that laughs, I'm with you. Okay, just know you're not alone.
Let's go. Oh, that's another good one. Michael Jackson.
What?
What?
What about Michael Jackson,
You are not alone. You are not alone. You don't know that Michael Jackson
bro? I'm
song?
not that well versed into Michael Jackson.
Oh, you're uncultured then.
Yeah.
Ha!
Oh wow, that was a good
Got
one.
him.
That was a good
I
one.
mean, I had to slip it right on in there,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. I probably know like all the mainstream Michael Jackson songs. Yeah, it
Right.
just wasn't kind of like my time. So, uh,
Yeah, that was more back in my day.
yeah, yeah, 98 kid over here. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
99. We were new gen.
Yeah. I mean, it's a year apart, but it doesn't even count,
Yeah,
to
like
be
I had like
honest.
Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber, and you had who like Run DMC, Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
all
Yeah, yeah.
Eddie Money.
Mostly the 80s hair,
Yeah,
man.
you had that Nirvana cover band at one point. I mean, they were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was a wild time, man.
So, deep question of the week for me is going to be what is your biggest regret?
I feel like this is gonna sound like kind of dumb, but I feel like I feel like there's many skills that you can learn as a person, whether it's like like tying like knots or
What?
yeah, like simple skills. Like, what if you're in an emergency situation and there's a helicopter above you, and they're like, "Hey, just tie it around, buddy." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how to tie a good enough knot to where it'll hold buddy's weight. Like, he's just gonna fall off." You know what I mean? Like,
So your biggest regret is
no,
not
no,
joining
no.
the Boy Scouts.
Yes, actually, no. But it like starts with the simple things, and like you go through school, and like you're supposed to pay attention, do all this, do all your work, and learn and all that good jazz. And then next thing you know, you're like graduated and you feel like you're not quite at the level you need to be. So I feel like in a majority of my life, I've not committed like 100% to the things that are like really important. And I feel like it kind of puts you behind some, if that makes any sense.
Oh, okay,
I'm a
yeah, I
person that
get what you're
likes to be
saying. So you're
dedicated.
saying you give, like, 70% effort in some of the areas where you should be giving 100.
Exactly. There's something, and if there's
I
something I
got you, I got
start
you.
and I want to see it through, but I'll get 60%, 70%, 80%. And just before I get to the end, I just kinda let it die, you know what I mean? And, it's pretty annoying.
So so my question now is gonna be, how do you have you gotten past that? Have you started giving, the whole 100%, or are you still working on being able to solely focus on one
Yeah,
thing?
I'm still working on figuring that out. Um, I guess consistency would be key. Same thing with, like, you know me, I know how to speak Spanish, right? And learned it and have the potential to be way better at it, but I've gotten it to a conversational level and then just let it die. Same thing with guitar. Been playing since I was 6 years old. If I had been diligently practicing since I was 6 and I'm 24 now, dude, like I could be incredible, but I'm not just because I didn't put all of my effort into it. I wasn't diligent with it. So it's something I'm still like trying to figure out, work on.
Oh, yeah, I totally understand, man. It's something you're definitely gonna have to work at. It's very hard to put, 100% effort into every major thing in your life. I know especially you, because you have so much going on at one time with the, like, musician
Mhm.
side, the work side, the school side, the family side. I mean, you got a lot on your plate, so it's understandable.
Yeah. So, for you, I'll turn the question right back to you. What would you say is your biggest regret?
Oh, man. My biggest regret. I mean, there's a few that kinda stick out to me, right off the bat. I've made some interesting decisions in my life that I wish I could take back, but you learn, you grow from it, obviously, you gotta go through those growing pains. But I'd say some of my relationship choices, in the past, particularly one that led to me being stuck in a situation for a year, where I was, getting physically abused every day, verbally abused, and that was one that I wish I could take back and never have to experience.
Right. And what's crazy about that is that was during the time that because me and you have talked throughout the years, but we'll go on these hiatuses where, I won't talk to you for 3 months or something. And then out of the blue, we're just like, hey, man, let's meet up. Let's do this, XYZ. And we're like back to square one. I guess that's like a good indication of a good friendship because you can always pick up where you left off. But I think during that time, we had like a huge hiatus where we didn't talk. And then all of a sudden, I start finding out all this stuff. I'm like, dude, that's not good. And you were hitting me up
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
during that time, I mean, that was a really, really rough time. I really didn't talk to anybody during that time, and I was still obviously in the military, so I couldn't really talk to anybody while I was in either. So I think once it hit a certain point, I was like, I need to talk to somebody because of the point it's getting at. Um, so I reached out to you and kind of let you know what was going on. I mean, it got to the point where I was having to put on foundation to be able to go to work and cover up bruises, and I mean that's not how
Yeah,
it should ever have to go in your day to day life.
no. I remember you sent me a picture one day, and dude, you just like cut up and like bleeding. And I was like, dude, that like I it was bad because like I was mad and I was but at the same time I was like, bro, just get out of there. But it's easier said
Yeah,
than done. And I didn't know all the little stipulations that were involved with that, you
yeah,
know?
and I mean the toughest part is like now looking back at it, like when I started talking to people about it, they're like, "Oh, I would have did this, this, and this." It's like, no, you wouldn't have. Like you don't know till you're in that situation.
Yeah,
And they're like, I would have just, put my hands on her. I was like, I'm never putting my hands on a female. First of all,
yeah.
that's not something. I don't care what you have to do to me. It's not gonna happen. And the only times that my hands ever even went on this female at this time was when she tried to stab me, and I had to take the knife, and then I left. That's the only time it ever happened. But no, I mean, it's one of those things like you have to. I don't necessarily say you have to go through something like that to be able to grow. But man, if you do make it through it, you realize never to do it again. I can promise you that.
I will say your restraint is incredible. Because I remember that night on the phone you had called me, and it was like you put it on speakerphone. I think you did it more for like your safety versus versus
Yeah, I
just
definitely had you.
having an alibi. But I think you did it more of like a safety
So let me
thing.
let me paint the picture
And
real quick. So there was a night where it was the night after she tried to stab me, and I had taken the knife from her, and I went and slept in a parking lot in my truck. I went home, and the next day, and I did not feel safe entering the home. Um, and the only way I was going to go inside to get any of my stuff was to be on the phone with someone that I trusted, just in case something happened. They could hear the entire conversation. So I called Brent. I kind of briefed him on everything, and I was like, "Hey, can you just hit record on the audio call as soon as I go inside the house?" So he does that. I walk inside the house. Immediately, the verbal
immediately,
side starts. I'm just not saying a word. I'm just minding my business, and then the physical side starts. Glasses start getting thrown at me. It was a very interesting time in my life for sure. And I know you got to hear the whole thing happen.
yeah, yeah. You dude, you opened the door because you had it on like
Yeah,
speaker pretty much. I think you had the earbuds in, but I could hear everything. And like you opened the door, and it was, "Who are you talking to?" And you were like, I think you even said it was me. I can't remember, but next thing I know, it's just like screaming, yelling, and then I hear like just glass shattering in the background. I was like, dude, are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm
yeah,
fine." It's just getting stuff
yeah,
thrown at you. "Yeah, I'm fine." And then you go to like walk up the stairs or something, and dude, she's just like on like grabbing you pretty well. I'm not gonna go into that, but you were in a lot of pain. Where she
yeah,
grabbed you, you were in a lot of pain. And in my mind, I'm like, dude, just push her down the stairs. Like, I'm here. I'm like worried. I'm like, no, no, no. Like, don't do that. Don't don't let her do that to you. And you just had so much restraint. I was like, one, I respect you for that, and two, I'm like, man, this guy's tough because I don't know if I'd have been able to do it. The where you were grabbed at, I will
Well,
say, I don't think
I
I'd been
think
able
the
to do
thing
it.
that really, there's two things that happened that made the situation be what it was. The reason I was so resistant to even think about putting my hands on her was obviously I have a daughter, and I could only imagine how I'd feel if someone did that to her. So I couldn't imagine doing it,
Okay.
right? And then the point that got me to where I knew I had to leave was it wasn't even when she tried to stab me. Like that was just like another day. It was
Which is
Yeah, it
insane to
was
think
when she
about.
actually ended up putting her hands on me in front of my daughter. That's kind of when it was like too much, you know. Um, that's
Yeah.
not something any child should ever have to see, and that's definitely something that I regret. I regret it more just for Bella having to experience, those 20 minutes of seeing that. Um, I hope that she doesn't remember it, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure she never has to experience anything like that again. And I think if you're listening to this and you've been through something similar or you're currently in that situation, if you need any help, support, anything, I mean, comment, let me know. You can reach out to me or Brent personally. We'll do whatever we can to help you. It's not a situation you need to stay in. Don't convince yourself that it's going to change. Truthfully, it probably won't change. And if it's already escalated to that point, there's no use in staying in that situation because somebody actually doesn't care about your well being to be able to do those things to you. Um, But if you need any help, I mean, you can reach out to us. Obviously, call 911 if it gets to that point. But uh, that's my biggest regret. I know that was deep, dark, but it's the truth of life sometimes. And I know we said we'd always be honest on here, so why not? So Brent, why don't you tell everyone how you ended up having multiple cars stolen or multiple vehicles stolen in Charleston?
Motorcycle stolen, and I had a truck stolen. Um, and they were in completely different areas too. The motorcycle was stolen in a quote unquote nice part of town, and the truck was stolen in just a normal everyday like apartment parking lot. It's not like it's a bad area. There's nothing nothing suspicious around or anything. Everything's just very normal. And yeah, I came home from work. I parked right beside the truck. Go upstairs, and just another night, stay up, probably playing the game with and talking to you or something, and then go downstairs the next morning, and the truck's just gone. No glass broken, no anything. I looked all around. Dude, I couldn't believe it so much that I got in the car and I drove around the apartment complex because I'm like, sometimes I'm a little slow, right? I'll be forgetting things. And I was like, maybe I just parked it in a different spot and forgot about it. So I took like laps around the parking lots because I was in that much disbelief that it was gone. And sure enough, it's gone. So, called and dealt with all that. Um, and then for the bike was actually a crazy scenario that could have ended. It is funny. It could have ended I mean, it could have ended really bad potentially, but that's where the restraint goes in.
Bro, I wanted
Um,
a bike so bad until this happened to you. I was like, I'm
really,
never getting a bike,
honestly,
bro.
I think it was a blessing in disguise because me and my buddy, I got off work and he had a bike also, and I think we got off at 12 at night. And so
Yeah.
he was like, man, let's go ride down to the Battery and just that little downtown area,
Oh
we'll
yeah,
just
yeah.
rip the bikes up there because nobody's out at this time during the week. There was nobody there. Everything was closed. And so I was like, sure. So we hopped on the bikes, went by IHOP, got a little grub, and just went down to the Battery, rode around. Everything was fine. I actually almost crashed it on the way down there, which is why I'm
Oof.
saying it might be a blessing in disguise. Because he's a very good rider, and I was just an okay rider. I wasn't used to the bike, and the brakes weren't quite as good as they needed to be, and they were a little spongy. And I pressed down on it, and it wasn't really giving me the action that I needed. So I went down a little harder, and everything just locked up, and I got
Oh
like the
no.
gnarly speed wobbles, and I'm like, oh no. So I took my knees against the tank, and I was just like, oh god, please, 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 and everything was fine. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was gonna be really bad, but kept leaning, and it got straight, and we made it around the corner. It's like, okay, cool, we're good. So we get down to the Battery and go downtown, just have us a good old time. And I pull back in my apartment place. And this time it's probably, dude, it's honestly like 4 in the morning at this point. And I was taking my helmet off, and for some reason, I don't know if it was my gloves or what, but I was struggling getting the strap off of the like the little chin strap.
No, it's just because you
And
have a really, really big head. Your
well,
head is
that
massive, bro.
right, exactly. Well, thanks, appreciate it. I don't know if you're calling me smart or not, but thanks.
No, 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 no. Definitely
Ah,
not smart.
quantum size oof. Anyways,
Yeah, bro. You got like
so
the head of a woolly bully.
oh, all right, Dale. All right, Dale. You got that woolly bully over there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was having a hard time getting the chin strap off, but like I had this internal feeling, like something told me, like, get out of there. And I felt that feeling one other time, and I was like, okay, I need to just start walking. I didn't know, I just knew to listen to that. So I started walking, and I get up to my apartment. It's on the fourth floor. I get all the way up there, get inside, lock the door, get off my gear and whatnot. And I remembered earlier in the night that the tail light had stayed on even when the bike was off and everything. And so I thought about it. I was like, man, I need to go look outside and make sure that light's not on. So I walked outside, and these dudes like have it on the trailer and are like starting to go like out of the apartment place. And dude, I run back inside real quick. I grab the 45, I grab the Mustang keys, I run down the stairs and I hop in the car and I hit a very fast speed in a very short amount of time, and I could see the guys up ahead. I saw them turn into like this little housing community or whatever. And so I turned in there, but when you go in there, there's so many houses, there's streets everywhere. And I did not know which one they took. So I was like, well, I'll go to the right. So I went to the right and I didn't see anybody. And as I'm driving, I'm like, man, this is not a good place to engage somebody because, God forbid I find them
Yeah,
and
then you got a
then
decision.
I have to make the decision. It's either we go 100% here or we don't go at all. And it
Yeah.
worried me because I don't mind, like I wouldn't mind the confrontation. I wouldn't mind, if shots were exchanged or whatever.
Because I
That's not
mean,
what.
it's your belongings at the end of the day, you know.
Right, right, exactly. And I mean, justice system isn't going to do anything. And so that wasn't my worry. My worry was if something goes down, like there's houses all over the place. Who knows? Maybe one of us shoots. If you're not careful, your backstop.
Yep.
It could hit a window and like kill a kid inside or something, or hit some completely innocent
Yep.
person. And just that thought alone was enough to like calm me down. And
I
and uh,
mean,
and I was like, at the end of the day, it's it it was a little bit of money, but I could recoup. I could make it back pretty quick,
yeah.
and it's just better than some worst case scenario decision that I would have to live with for the rest of my life.
Well,
So
what I'll say
yeah,
is the restraint, like just that's an adult mindset. I think just a mature mindset of thinking about the possible outcomes before you make
right.
a decision.
Even in the heat of the moment,
Yeah,
you still
exactly.
have to think. It doesn't matter like what the moment is. You still have to think.
Yeah, that's tough sometimes, man. You get me mad enough, you know. I don't know if I can like if you steal something from me, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one, man. I don't
That
know.
if we were back home, that would
Yeah,
probably been a much different situation.
but I say that, and then it goes back into what we were talking about in the last little segment. You never know till you're in the situation,
Right, right, right. Yeah,
and every situation dictates something different. So maybe a different situation you would have had time to call the police, have them meet you there, and
right.
but
And
we don't know how that can go too.
that's
So
one thing from that scenario. I have the smallest hint of anxiety if I'm out in public and my phone is not 100%, like let's say I have 10% charge. My
mhm.
mindset is telling me I need to get this phone on charge because when that happened, I was on the phone with the cops. I had like 3% battery left. And I'm like,
Oh
dude,
wow,
now, and I didn't have a car charger. I'm blasting like 140 so miles an hour, down the road. And
yeah,
I'm like, dude, now is not the time for me to be looking through here to see if I got a car charger. You know what I mean?
bro.
So I'm
That's the
not
one
gonna
thing I
when
can
I'm
say
out in
about.
public, and I'm looking at my phone, if it's not, at least like 20%, I start thinking like, I hope something bad doesn't happen tonight because I need to make sure my phone's charged. It's weird. But from that event, that's kind of what I think now.
Bro, that's one thing that I can say I love about Charleston is there's plenty of places where you can go very fast. I remember the first time I took the Scat Pack up there, bro. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I was driving just above the legal speed limit. And
just above.
yeah, cuz remember I went and met you and then we went up
Yes,
to Atlanta during the
Atlanta.
evacuation. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the fastest I've ever went to Atlanta.
Yeah, that was a quick trip.
And I'm not even gonna lie, we left. What time did we leave? Like 2, 3 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know when we started on route. Like I thought we were gonna be like more on interstate. I felt like we were on a back road for half the
I was gonna
trip.
say, yeah, we were
I
definitely
don't know
like
where we were going.
we were on a very scenic route for a while, and then we got back on the interstate, and you got those tickets mailed to you that you didn't see for a couple months.
It's okay. I mean, they weren't
Yeah,
that expensive.
it's
It
just
was worth
interest,
it.
you know.
Look, if you get a tiny ticket or you have to deal with like ATL traffic, I mean, I'd rather deal with the ticket because traffic is horrible.
We had radios at the time too, didn't we?
We did. I think we did have
I
radios.
believe I took the radios me and the guys used to use when we go to the drag strip. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time, man. That was a great time. I still remember you driving it in the parking lot of the motel. But
When
I
you had
thought
the
you were gonna blow it
little
up.
when you had the little pedal commander on it or
Yeah,
whatever. You had that thing way too high, dude.
yeah, it
I
was a good
thought I
time.
was
I
gonna
missed
I'm
that
not
car.
I was like, This is there's a good chance I'm gonna wreck your car." But, of course, I played it off because I wanted to drive it so bad that I was like, "No, no, I got it."
It's a blessing in disguise I got rid of that car, man. It really is. It was only a matter of time before I either wrecked it or got a ticket. It was only a matter of time.
Those things are ticket magnets. I got a buddy at
Yeah,
work that's got one, and buddy just gets locked down all the time.
yeah, bro. We got a guy at work that has one. He's gotten 4 tickets this year.
Whew.
This year alone, yeah. Like, thankfully, my dad mobile has never been pulled over. So,
Yeah, it's a little more incognito.
yeah.
I
It
have
it gets the job done. I like it.
I have to be very careful in mine. However, when the truck gets back, I can well, I don't go fast in the truck. When I'm in the truck, dude, I can be doing 55 miles an hour and I'm just cruising. I'm having a good old time. Like it does not matter. I'll get there when
Yeah.
I get there.
Bro, I'm so excited to finish the truck project, you know?
Oh, how is that
We're,
going?
like man, we are on, like, the final steps. So, uh, I have I have a 1988 Chevy K1500 that I got whenever I was in high school. Um, we had it primed and all the dents and stuff taken out, like, I wanna say 4 years ago while I was still in the Marine Corps, and it's just kinda sat ever since, and nothing ever got done to it. So, we've been kinda hitting it hard over the last, like, 6 months trying to get everything done. The last 2 months, we've done everything to it. Only thing we're waiting on now is just, the back bumper. I ordered a back bumper and it was, the wrong size. So, that was that was my fault, $500 later, but it's okay, it's
It
okay.
happens.
Yeah. Uh, so we're waiting on that, and then I gotta do some, rust removal and rhino line some stuff, but it's almost there. It's almost there. It's beautiful.
I saw you playing with the radio the other day. You get a brand
Oh,
new
man.
like
Yeah, yeah.
system.
The entire system's been replaced, yeah. It's got, Rockford Fosgate speakers all the way around, and it's got Pioneer subs with some tweeters, and
Ooh.
then it's got a Sony, double DIN radio, like a touchscreen, but it's
Yeah,
a single
yeah.
DIN, so it was a little more because it's like a specialty radio.
Yeah.
So I've definitely spent some money in the truck, but not as much as most people would, because
And I saw all of it was like fully adjustable. Like you can adjust all your levels and everything on the screen, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's super ni dude, I love the sound system in that truck. I absolutely love it.
I would love to have that in the Ford. That would be amazing.
I mean, I think we'll be able to switch it out. You just need to bring it over here one day and we can look everything up for it and try to get some stuff ordered.
Look, as
Cause,
long as I don't have to pay for it, let's go.
bro, yeah, yeah,
I thought that's what you're saying, right? You'll
yeah,
pay for my
we'll let the
system.
channel fund it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you're
we
gonna
got
be paying for my system.
yeah, yeah. Essentially, that's what it looks like. Oh
Heck yeah.
man, yeah, no, I gotten all the mechanic work done for free, so
Right.
all the
See, that's
wiring
the
done
one
for
thing
free.
I feel like forever indebted to my dad because, like, when I'm there and there's been times like he's had to. I remember one day I think he had to take my granddad to the doctor or something, and he had a van that was in the shop that had struts that needed to be replaced, and he was like, "Hey, can you just put the struts on and I'll help you if you need help when I get back, but I got to go take him. Can you do that?" And so I'm, sure. And I put the struts on and everything by myself, put the wheels back on, everything, put everything back together. And he pulls up and he's like, "Man, you did that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's done." He's like, "Wow." He's like, "I know sometimes that's hard." He's like, "Sometimes I have a hard time doing it by myself." And I don't know if he's just like proud or what, or he's like, "Man, I didn't think he had it in him." I don't know, but
I don't know. I guess it's just the years of experience. I mean, listen, I don't even try. Okay, I just understand where like my skills fall in life.
yeah.
Being a musician and being a mechanic, not two of them. Okay, just not two of
Well,
them.
mine, the mechanical aptitude is actually not quite there. Like the thing is, I know a decent amount of things. Mine is more like knowledge base, I guess. I know a
Bro,
lot of things, but sometimes when it comes to the actual doing them, I do them the worst way possible and or like the slowest way possible, which is super inefficient, and so that'll make me mad and not want to do anything.
I
But
would rather you hand me this massive project that needs to be completed, and I have to figure out a way to get it completed. I don't care how big the project is. Give me that over trying to rebuild a motor, right? I don't want any part of that. I know people can do it in like a couple hours. I want nothing to do with it.
yeah, I feel that.
That's
It's
like people that voluntarily tear down transmissions. Bro, good on you. Okay, you got more patience than anybody I know.
somebody showed me a an email through our work, and the email said something like hey, if you're interested, we're having a I think it was drag racing or something. They're like, help us build this car, and people from our work could like volunteer to go build the car. And in my mind, I'm like, I know what it takes to build a car, and I'm not just gonna volunteer. Like, if you want me to help build a race car, I better be getting paid for it.
Yeah, no, people expect a lot of free things nowadays. That's just, I guess, the mindset for a lot of people.
Yeah, they're well,
It's
they're
like
they're making it
well,
they're
their
making
thing
it
is
into an opportunity.
experience.
Yeah, yeah, it's an
Yeah,
opportunity for you guys to network and do this and that and the third. I'm like, no, it's an opportunity for
yeah,
me to
no, no,
give
no.
free
It's
labor.
exactly. And a lot of people will try to use the whole free labor thing. Yeah, you'll have this as experience on your resume. That only gets you so far.
Yeah.
Like you built a car for Kellogg's. That's cool. What does that have to do with what you actually want to do? Like you want to be a librarian at a high school. How is that going to help you? You know. But I don't know, man.
Speaking of
That's crazy to me.
librarians, I feel like I need to read more. I feel like that's one a downside of me. Like I
Really?
need to read. Yeah, I don't. I really don't
Oh,
read.
bro, I love reading.
I mean, except for like Bible, but I'm talking about like reading a book. I have not done that in so long.
Oh man, I tried to get into the whole audiobook thing. It's not for me. Like I cannot do it. I have to physically read the book for me to be able to like comprehend it. And I don't know why, because I can listen to podcasts and understand everything perfectly. But when it comes to like reading, I just something about holding the book, just reading at your own pace, understanding it at your own pace. I love it. I have books in the back of my car. I have books like beside me right now. I have books everywhere. I have some in my office at work. I don't know, man.
You're more of a Pilgrim's Progress kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, bro. Like most of the books I have are about like American history, world history. I love history.
Ah,
That's my
history.
kick. Yeah,
Like Lord of the Flies, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah,
bro.
see,
I
I'm
know what I
very
was
well
gonna ask you.
versed, very cultured when it comes to these sort of things.
All right, so I got into a discussion with somebody the other day about dating now, right? How the dating scene has changed from how it used to be. How like
Mhm.
you could just walk up to people and talk to them, and if they said they were just talking to you, it was probably true. Nowadays, you probably need to assume that if somebody says they're talking to you, they are also talking to 35 other people. That's just like I guess the dating culture now. I don't know
Mhm.
why it is that way, but I mean that's just kind of how it is.
Is that
And
a Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead, ask your question.
I was gonna say, was that a question or a statement
I guess it was more of a statement and a question all at the same time. Just do you feel the same way about it?
about it being
Like,
changed?
well, not so much it being changed, just more so like people not having just one option anymore at all times, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
people always feel
social
like they need to
media.
have a backup, you know?
Yeah, well, and social media makes it like too easy.
Well, I mean, you have social media, you have all these dating apps, you have Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. I mean, you have like so many Farmers Only, Christian Mingle. Like, there's just so many places you can go to like fall in love, quote unquote,
Yeah,
and it's
especially
never
the
actually happened.
farmers only, especially that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, and then people are always on the sites for the wrong reasons, you know? Well, I guess I'd say
Well,
the wrong reasons. Everybody has their own reason, so I can't
right,
say it's the
right,
wrong
right.
reason. Yeah, I can't judge people,
And
but
I think there's like the sites also have like a kind of like a list to help try to um get out.
Mitigate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have like, what are you doing this for? What's the purpose? That sort of thing. So, I mean, but you could be completely dishonest if you wanted to.
I mean, I feel like
You
that's
could
like
just put
when
on a
people.
whole facade and just,
It's like when you go to
say,
Academy to buy a gun and ask you like 4 questions. Are you illegal? No. Are you wanted? No. Is this gun for you? Yes. And that's all you gotta do, and then the gun's yours. That's it. If you lie on any one of those questions, you're good to go. It's okay. Oh man. Oh, speaking of guns, have you got any new ones lately?
Besides the AK-556, no.
Oh
But
man.
my buddy that I've been working out with, he just got a FAL, like a legit
Ooh.
FAL. It's like a $2,000 gun right now at the brand that
Is
he got.
chambered in 308, right?
Yes,
Cool.
and he got it for $800 with like a military discount, so
Oh
like
wow.
just under that.
That's a fantastic,
Yeah,
fantastic deal.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness, bro.
He did well on that one. So actually today, even though it was like raining and stuff, dude, they're jarheads. You know how that goes. They're
Yeah,
like, it
yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It could be sleeting out there and getting hit by like hail and stuff, and they're gonna be out there
Train
at
in
the
the
range.
elements, yeah.
Yeah, they don't care. So, yeah, they did that today. I was halfway tempted to go try out my toy also, but I did not.
Yeah, no, it was kind of a lazy day for me too. I just kind of stayed in the house. I was like, I don't really feel like going out. I was like, the rain, it's cold. I was like, this isn't for me. I'm staying inside till it's summertime. So
Yeah, just gotta give it a couple days.
just give it give it 6 hours and it'll be 90 degrees again.
All
It's
right.
okay.
Well, my day wasn't lazy. It was a perfect day to be lazy, but I wasn't. I actually went shopping for the first time in forever. I actually went shopping.
And what'd you get? Some new pants?
And no,
I
kind of confused.
just know
Anyways,
why
yeah,
I
yeah.
just didn't know if the waist was getting, a little tight.
Oh, I can see. I The way that I know you is if it sounds like a normal statement, it's not. That's why I paused because I'm sitting here trying to like decipher what that normal sentence actually means. But it actually went down. So loser.
Oh, bro,
Anyways,
congratulations. Down to what, a 36?
no.
Oh,
Actually, 33s.
wow. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, pal. But yeah, so got me some shorts, got me some boat shoes because we're gonna be on the boat this summer. So
We? Is that an invite?
100%.
Oh, bro, do you have speakers in your boat? Or do we need to fix that?
Um, we could fix that. I actually probably won't even be bringing my boat half the time. Not even lying.
Bro, once I get my house situation, like it started and they start the development of it, I'm definitely gonna look into get me a nice boat. Like I want a very, very nice boat. I want like a party boat
Well, it's funny
that no
because
one's gonna be on but me.
you'd be surprised. You just got to get out there, go
No, no,
down.
no, 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 no. I don't want people
Oh,
on
you
my
don't?
boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dude, I
yeah.
actually when we were anchored out there on the intercoastal waterway down there at Myrtle, and there was this guy with this. I mean, the boat was probably like, I don't know, probably a $700,000 plus boat. Like it was
Oh wow.
ridiculously nice. It had like 4 or 5 engines on the back of it, and the seats look. He had rows of seats, and they look like you know how the AMG Mercedes seats look like with the
Yeah.
whitish look. Dude, he had like those kind of seats in the boat. I'm like, that is just a whole bunch of money just floating through there. And every time I saw the guy, it didn't matter which way he was going, it didn't matter which day it was, he never had anybody else on that boat. It was just him cruising. And he had so much room for activities.
Yeah, I mean, when you spend $700,000 on a boat, I'd assume you'd have, excess room for activities.
Right? But I feel like it wasn't utilized at that point. He could have bought a John boat.
Well, I mean, if you take a John boat into the intercoastal waterway, that's probably not ideal.
Hey, I'll do it.
I don't know if you will.
Just to a certain point. There's a certain
I
point
I
you can
mean,
go.
yeah, you got to realize, I guess, your limits.
Yeah, I definitely know my limits.
Also, probably like 85% of the people listening just won't understand why we're talking about boats and cars and things like that. Listen, I'm trying to warn you guys, okay? There is no structure to what we talk about.
At all.
It's literally just the same conversations me and him would have if it was just us.
Pretty much, yeah.
We tried to warn you guys.
I think the only issue is we tend to be really, really funny when we're playing the game. I feel like anytime we're on a game is exponentially more funny.
I mean, I agree. I think that it's just one of those things where you're not really self-observant and you're paying attention to like kind of what's going on or what you're saying. So like
Right.
we'll slip up and say something that just doesn't make sense.
Right. I guess
Uh,
so. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Oh,
would love to see the rage moments. You know, just out of nowhere. You're so focused and then you hear yourself recorded just yelling at the
yeah,
screen.
man, that's crazy. Like for anyone out there that listens and has played video games, you understand what we're referring to when we say rage moments. If you haven't, just imagine uh your road rage moments caught on camera. Just imagine that, and that's on like the same level of what we're referring to. Just imagine all your worst moments caught on camera for everyone to see. That would be probably some of the greatest listening or viewing that you could ever have.
Yes, to an extent. I mean, but you know what's the bad thing? I'm like that sometimes with the game. But it's the same way when I play golf, dude. When I'm playing golf and I have a bad game, I get so angry. I remember the first time I told mom I was that we were playing golf, and she was like, "Oh, I heard golf is a great sport for you, and it's good for your heart and stuff, and you know
Yeah,
it's a really a relaxing sport." And I'm just looking at her like, "No, it is
you get out
not a
there, your
relaxing
blood
sport,
pressure's through the roof.
dude,
You're
through
all
the
angry.
roof." If I hit the ball wrong, I'm like, "No," and I'm like smacking the club through the dirt. You know,
And then no
if
one tells you the prices associated with clubs and how much the
yes,
good golf balls
how
cost.
much you're gonna
And
pay to play at a nice course or
oh
a
man,
decent course.
last time we went, we played what it's like 72 holes in 2 days, or was it
Yeah, that
more? I don't
was
even know, to be honest
we
with you.
played so much golf
My
that
hands were
weekend.
like bleeding at the end. Like it was to that point.
And you played a day more than me too, because we played
Yeah.
what, the 2 days, and then you went the third
Yep.
day?
Yep. Yep.
What a
It was a good time.
savage. An absolute
Man, I don't know. I
savage.
just enjoy being like outdoors, like doing things like that. It's so peaceful when you're not making it competitive. It's peaceful. When it's competitive, it is the worst thing you can ever do in
See,
life.
that's my problem. I could play with a group of people and have it like team based and be competitive. And, you know, I want to play and I'll have that competitive mindset. But if I go out there by myself, I get just as angry because I will compete with myself to be better than the last time.
That's how we
And
ended up playing the same course 6 times, because you wanted to keep beating the score, and it just kept getting worse and worse
right,
and worse.
exactly, exactly. But no, that's me. I will get the same amount of anger just because I will be playing against what, or in my mind, what I should be at.
Bro, that's like hole 13. Whenever the one that was over the water, when I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get this ball over, and I just wasted an entire
Bro,
box of
dude, it's just
TP5s.
like one after the other. I was like, Stop, stop, stop," and you just kept going.
Yep. A whole box of TP5 is gone. Just for anyone that's listening, that's $50 just gone. Okay.
Gone, literally
Just
down the drain, like in the water.
yeah. It was but then again, like that one time you get over, it is like the greatest satisfaction until you get to the other side and just look at the water and think of how much money you just put in there.
Yeah, I
All
think
because of your ego.
I was I was not putting well, but I had a really good chance to shoot like very low score that first day we went. But the next one, I think the next day was actually the shot that I remember the most was the chip in.
Oh,
The
bro, that was really, really nice.
Yeah, it was just online.
Yeah. Like we had no shot of even having good scores, but
No,
like I mean, your scores are usually like you were like plus what, 3, 4, maybe?
no, I mean on a 9.
I mean, yeah, so I'm probably like plus 46, plus 47 on a 9, so, plus 100 on 18.
No, I'm probably like +7, +8.
Man, I don't know. We will, record some I'll make a VOD
I
whenever
s
we go out.
Bro, I still have the pictures. I haven't showed them to anybody, but I have the pictures of us.
Context?
Oh, playing golf.
Oh, okay. I was like
You're
I was
like,
like,
about
what?"
what?
I was like, "It
Yeah,
could've been a
no,
lot of
no, yeah,
pictures."
no, just us playing golf.
Oh, man.
Well,
Oh, dude, it is so, so exciting. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, we can start getting more of a structure to this thing. I mean, we're just kinda off the walls at the moment. It's been
well,
rainy day.
I
I know it's
think,
been a
sorry to interrupt you, but I think that's a good thing for maybe anybody listening. If there's certain topics that they would like us to talk about, just send them, put it in, and we'll do that.
Oh, please make sure you guys are, subscribing and liking. We really appreciate all the views and everything. It just helps us grow and reach more people, and it gives us more, of a reason, to do more of these episodes. We're gonna continue to post and release on Sundays, but if we get the viewership up enough, we'll probably start doing, twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week. Just depends on what you guys want and, how the feedback is.
Yeah, and I'm sure like more, even more like effort and stuff, and more thoughtful um podcasts and stuff could come from it if it's actually enjoyed and stuff. So yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, I know we have a couple people that wanted to come on and talk. I know there's a young lady up in North Carolina that wanted to come on the podcast. Had some scheduling conflicts this week. She has like 15,000 followers. Um, she wanted to come on, uh, talk about motorcycles and things like that.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I know you guys could relate because I mean, you would be like, "Yeah, I had a bike. It got stolen. No, I don't have a bike."
The end.
Yeah, I had a short riding life, but it's okay. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, no, we're trying to find people that want to come on and tell about different professions and things like that, or just different experiences they've had that people can kind of relate to. About it for today. I mean, next week we should have a lot to go over. So,
yeah. No, like you said, this was a little more last minute. We had a lot going on today, but I'm glad we got it in. And yeah, that's all I've got.
all right, everybody. Well, we definitely appreciate you listening again. I'm Bradley.
And I'm Brent.
We'll catch you next time.
Peace.